Hello everyone, CrystalFissure here, and welcome back to another part of my Let's Play of Crash Bandicoot N Sane Trilogy. Today, we're going to be playing, well, Crash 3 obviously, the Crash Bandicoot Warped version of the game, the third and final release of the original trilogy, and so Under Pressure is our game today, is our level. Under Pressure and some more stuff. Now, cool, look at this fish there. I've actually, one of the real disappointing things is I can't really hear the volume as much as I'd like to, but this sounds like a pretty cool track overall. I'm a big fan of the way how this level looks. It kind of gives me somewhat of a, what was the one, remember when in the kind of that futuristic-y look in Wrath of Cortex, but not quite as discount as that. I mean, that kind of had like a bit of a shitty look. Whoa. Okay, let's go. We're going on. Let's do a no-hit challenge. We didn't get hit in the first part. Let's see if we can just not get hit. And then it's almost as if I do it for comedy, but I actually don't. I don't do that intentionally. And yet somehow it could not look any more like it would be, a gag in a 80s sitcom. Alright, let's go back up, because I'm just paranoid. Don't want to miss anything. Yep. That could have been a disaster. You couldn't see it. Is that in the original version where you just can't see it like that, or am I just an idiot? Because that seems like just a slight bit of a risk. Anyway, here's our first vehicle that we're going to be using in the game, because this is a very vehicle-heavy game, Crash 3. And that is why it is one of the more controversial releases of the original 3. Each of the 3 Crash Bandicoot games on the PlayStation 1, I think, everyone has their own favorite. I don't think you ever get a unanimous thought on what's the best one. Some people love the minimalism of Crash 1. Much like they do with Spyro. My friend Johnny Natrium being an example of someone that's like that as well. I tried to make the jump through, but it didn't work. And I would say, yeah, in my case, my favorite is 2. The vehicles are, I feel like, a bit of a negative aspect of this game. I guess if negative is a bit of a emotive word in a way. It's not like it's terrible. It's not like it's awful. It's just that sometimes I feel like there's slightly too many. Now, I talked about this in the original Crash 3 LP, but my theory behind what would make this game, a 9 out of 10 to a 10, or 9.5 to a 10. I don't really know what I would finalize on, to be honest, because, I feel like what would convert it would be taking away one ski level and one motorbike level and making one more theme. Now, whether that's like a pirate theme, whether that's a, and even though there already is like kind of a pirate theme, like the whole, the telling of tales, an extension of that, like where, you get to go on like the island or something. Or, obviously they've done future, they've done medieval. I'm trying to think, there's other periods of time. Yeah, I mean, you could argue the whole Viking, you could do a Viking theme. And I guess, yeah, again, you can kind of associate that with pirates and stuff like that. But yeah, what always interested me, I mean, yeah, there's China, but again, China's another level where you could see like a proper thing. Remember the level Tsunami the and Banzai Bonsai? They, I believe, are Japanese levels. I guess that yeah, I guess they are. I mean, older style again. All right, let's do Orient Express. Yeah, they are. I believe they are. But that's like an idea. Or even, you look at the bosses, right? They all have like these separate themes. For example, Dingo Doll's bosses in like an ISO. I would just not be against bringing them back for like 1 or 2 things. I know that it would take more time. They were only given a year development, but I don't know. Now, have a look at the background here. How cool that is. All right, let's do this. Okay, so playing this, controlling this, it feels more clunky, but it could just be like a placebo effect, if you know what I mean. Yeah, it definitely, the jump feels slightly less as well. This is just my impression. I don't think it's bad per se, but I feel like I'm going to really struggle with the Platinum Relic. That's what I'm looking, but I know I've not. Yeah, see that jump there. That felt like. See that jump. See it feels like they're slightly slower when you're on this. Yeah. Okay. Let me just. No, good thing. It cancels out that death there. Yeah, it feels like it's slightly slower and like slightly less of a jump, which has been the biggest criticism of the Sane Trilogy's controls. Why they somehow like. Yeah, they just somehow got the jumping slightly less. It's weird, but yeah, okay. So I feel like I shouldn't be. Yeah, see, I feel like. Oh no. All right, well, I have to come back. I have to. How do I do that? All right, let's. Okay, quit. Yeah, and that's another thing. There should be, I think, a reset level thing that would be really convenient because the loading times in this game are unfortunately more associated with the Wrath of Cortex than they are the original games. For a PS4, why that happens, I don't know, but I think that really does come down to optimization, which, having a few extra months to develop it could have alleviated that. But at the same time, I am glad the game came out when it did. I probably would have been alright if it was a month or so later if it meant more of these fixes, but really, they're just nitpicks. Hold run for top speed. Control suffers. Yeah, I feel like too much. I feel like the control suffers a bit too much. I think after this, I should actually just play Orient Express on the emulator and just see if it is just a placebo or it is like noticeably different. All right, so I'll try it. Yeah. All right, let's run for a bit. I'm just paranoid because I don't want to be forever. You know what I mean? You do know what I mean. No, oh, far out. This is amateur hour. This is the third level in the game. See, I remember I used to be able to run through these levels with the what's the word, with the fast run on. I was able to run through them, and I could hit basically every box. That's pretty much one of the only ways you can actually get the the platinum relic. I can say with certainty that it will basically be impossible for me to get that. I reckon there's no chance I'll be able to get the platinum in this. Just saying it now. All right. I will say that visually, while the bridge itself is a little bit, the background is freaking awesome. Like, I love all the mountains and stuff like that. And I want a Crash game. I said this when the footage initially came out, but I want a Crash game that.
Oh, jeez, far out. I'm cutting down half these deaths. You're not going to see this because this is just annoying me. This is like solidifying you as like, do not watch CrystalFissure for like skills at Crash.
Maybe Spyro, I guess you could argue. Watch it because I don't know, you're entertained or something like that. But yeah, I said this in the original video, but I absolutely love the concept of like a mountain range level to do in Crash, because you never really get to do that because of the environment. I mean, I guess that's technically inaccurate because Australia does have those environments, but yeah. So that was a ridiculously annoying challenge, and I'm not looking forward to Midnight Run in any way, shape, or form. Which at least it's another warp room away. And yeah, relics are canon in this one, so eek. We'll see what happens. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you in the next part when we do the levels. We'll probably do 2 levels. We'll give Boneyard a go. There you go. Thank you. Turn the computer into a gem. Yeah. We'll do Boneyard and making waves. All right, guys. See you then.
Circumstances have changed, and now all of us teaming up is our best option.
I love being on teams. Oh, we need a team name. The Bobcats.
Great.